What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Diablo Immortal video. As you guys can see, the update is going to be dropping for us in just 2 days, and as we've been sharing with you, this is a pretty big update that a lot of us are excited about. With that being said, with this time coming so soon, we do have some information that just came out this morning from a Chinese content creator regarding gathering and crafting gear. So I'm going to be going through that post and telling you everything that it has to do with, as well as translating all of the images so you can have a better understanding on what we're talking about right here. All right, so let's go with the preface to start. Hi, I'm your old friend. All right, he's talking about what we're looking at here. His little intro. Introduced to mining construction system. Keep in mind, this is all written in Chinese and it has been converted to English. The Shelterland is a magical mining pile in the wild, a variety of ways to easily obtain ore. One click to create the dream of legendary equipment and skill tomes. From the ore, have the opportunity to obtain rare mineral crystals. You can choose the legendary equipment magic properties when you create. Okay, this is the first time that we're really hearing about any ore. The official original text can be seen several information. The content of the small combination of gossip and everyone analyzes a wave of first analysis. All right, so he basically said a whole lot of nothing inside of that sentence, at least as the translation went through. Now, we have seen this image before. We saw this came through on the Chinese patch notes. It says, in the field, you can obtain ore. Then we have this image over here, which I actually have a translation of, which I'll share with you in a minute. We can see that in the wild, we can often refresh the mining pile, and the player should be in need of grabbing, similar to the previous versions of us to find hidden underground city. Now, this is kind of cool because this is kind of, if there is this pile in the wild that's waiting for us to just kind of grab stuff from, it's another form of farming, I would assume, no? Then we have classification of minerals, and as you can see, nothing here is actually in English. There are iron mines, silver mines, and even rare ore crystals in the pile, which is said to be traded, and if it can be traded in the market, it can bring more white gold coins to the civilian players. Okay, let's take a look at what this actually looks like in English. You can see right here, it says iron ore, silver mine, iron ore again, moon devouring minerals times 12. 444 gold coins. It looks like these are the types of things that we're going to be able to grab from piles like this. Can build a skill tome. This is something weird, and this is all in Chinese as well, but I do have it broken down for us right here. So you're going to select the magic word. Okay. Blade dance. For each illusion consumed, the critical damage of the skill last selected increases by 12%. Blue waves, skill range increased by 12%. Well, this one's tough to read. During the Phantom Blade skill, each normal attack will also send out an additional small water blade to attack the enemy, creating 836 pounds of damage to the enemy. So obviously this player is using the Tempest, and I would anticipate that the things that we craft here, these must be crafting some type of a magic sword, is going to give you different properties. After hitting the enemy, Wind Chain Shadow increases the chance of being critically hit by 8% for 3 seconds. So again, just trying to give you a look at what some of the crafting may actually look like. We see that the consumption of 6 mineral crystals can choose the magic entry skills. So it's allowing you to basically choose those magic attributes that are on the piece of gear, or at least that's the way that it looks like that it's coming across now. Again, this was not officially brought to me by Blizzard, and I don't understand it because I don't fully understand it because it wasn't explained to me by Blizzard. At a time, you can open a skill stone with 3 skills, which is very critical for civilian players, and it is also an official mechanism that has not been valued by players. Magic attributes, that is. Players that are more casual of players probably don't understand or value the magic attributes inside of gear. You can create legendary equipment. And you can see that's happening right here. They have some of those crystals, and there's different pieces of legendary gear that you can choose from. We've been actually seeing a lot of this, like being able to choose your gear stuff inside of the game. I think it's actually a nice change. We're going to go back into the game after this to look at a few other things. We can see 50 white materials and 6 mineral crystals free to create different parts of legendary equipment. Now, a little bit of a summary here. Different equipment requires different minerals. Making equipment value preservation has a career-related demon. Guessing it is skill entry. To sum it up, the system can make players more free to build equipment. Acquisition is also a very playable open play, not to brush the blame. Just mention that in mineral crystals, iron ore, silver, and other materials can be traded. Then for the civilian players to get white gold coins to buy legendary gemstones is very important. The big man is easy to get the material to create the best equipment. All right, so what they're saying is there is a sellable component to these things so that free-to-play players can also get these white gold coins. But he's saying the big man, being I believe the whale, is easy to get material to create the best equipment. All right, so their conclusion, March 20th to build the function of the foresight of course. All right, really tough to read through any of that, which is actually fine. We also do have a promo code that was teased by Blizzard. This one is going to be dropped on their Twitter account on the 20th, so 3 days from now. So keep an eye on their socials, or just keep an eye here, because you guys know that I'll bring you whatever their socials are saying right over here. Let's dive back inside of the game, because over here I wanted to just show you what's happening today. Now, of course, it is a Monday, and of course I have to get my familiars on their expedition. But in addition to that, we have to see what events have going on. So right now, the Valiant Guardians still doing its thing. Survivor's Bane still in there. We got 1 day and 20 hours left. I like that there's actually a countdown on that. Makes it nice. I don't know why I have this red dot, though. I can't see anything that has received what I need to get done there, so we'll just move on. Winds of Fortune. I have 8 hours left. I didn't do a ton with it, but we're going to just do a little bit more with it today, this morning, run our bounties and all that. Then we're going to claim our Winds of Fortune. Seeds of Madness. We got our tasks that we can do throughout the day. And you have your rewards. Make sure you get yourself that legendary crest. Shady Stock still doing its thing as well. And that is it inside of the game. But as I mentioned, it is a Monday. So what I suggest all of you do, I'm going to actually send out multiple shadow contracts. On Mondays, these all get reset too. So I'll send out 3 of these on shadow contracts. And probably in the morning, I will have all 3 of them back versus doing 3 pets, 1 shadow contract. That's at least my plan for today. Boom. Okay. Now, it is Monday, right? So it's collection day. Let's actually make our way. We don't have to make our way anywhere. We can do it right here. I have a bunch of stuff to collect. First of all, we've saved Seasonal Prodigy's Path Reminder. That's almost done. Okay, look. Prodigy's Path, another one is going to be coming. If you guys take a look over here at the shop, I typically like to get the services, right? I got the Battle Pass, $5. I get the Boon of Plenty. We'll collect our rewards here today. Cool. I actually re-upped my Boon of Plenty. And the Prodigy's Path, the season's over. We've completed it. I've gotten all the ones in the past. They stopped making the original Prodigy's Path 1, 2, 3, and 4, and now they come with a seasonal one. They probably just were running out of tabs over here. So I will probably get the other seasonal one. It is some great value. You get yourself aspirant keys, legendary crests, and you get yourself orbs, which you can then use for the big gem event inside of the game. And with that new legendary gem coming, I am probably going to want to swap something out of my build and put that in. So it looks like we do have a new Prodigy's Path incoming. Coming back over here, Solo Challenge Rift Rewards. We'll collect that. I could use the materials. I'm going to claim all. This is going to jump me a bunch of Paragon levels to 737. We're going to read all and delete red, clean out that mailbox. And we also do have, remember I said it was a quiet week for me. We do have a bunch of other things that we can claim from over here as well. So let's go ahead and do that really quickly. We'll collect some normal gems. Every single few levels that we get here, we're going to get some good progress. So we're going to claim some of these. I didn't even do all my Heliquary this week. Man, that feels bad when you don't get it all done, when you just don't have a really solid week. But we'll get everything that we can. The game has a lot of leniency there and allows you. So I did just get myself back to Paragon level. Typically on Mondays, I'll go above Paragon level. Oh, look at this. Seriously? It now gives me the selection. Quick note, I did get my final weapon that I needed for my build. So I am now going to be putting out an ultimate barbarian guide, which is going to share with you all the builds that I'm using for the barbarian. And then I'm considering changing classes and doing something similar for the next class, another class, whatever that may be. Let's take a look at what that piece of gear actually is. Let me show you guys real quick. The piece of gear that I just unlocked is the Promised Sunrise. All right, this was one that was really going to be good for my farming build. When demoralized hits an enemy, your attack and movement speed increases by 9.5% for 3 seconds, up to a max of 28.5%. So that piece was very nice to have. I still have all my cursed properties going on, and we did just get another level of Seeker's Path as well. Let's grab that, which is more resources. And as we do look at the gear here, we almost have this second primary to level 30, which is the goal, getting them all to 30. We only have one more left to go after that. I actually haven't run challenge rifts in a minute, so we're going to have to go back and do some of that as well. I'm going to go gamble over here really quickly, but at the end of the day, that's what's going on. Let me know what you think about crafting. A lot of people have been, complaining about the ability to get gear, and they've been saying that gear has been unable to attain at least certain essences or even good pieces of gear with the right magic attributes. So this hopefully will be a fix for that, and we finally get one legendary piece out of all those draws. Hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you back here tomorrow.